They have to know that what they're doing and they're saying, it just doesn't make. I'm non-binary. Well, boy, I'm a girl. I'm not. What do you mean you're not? Then what are you? Yo, this right here is exactly what I find wrong with society. I mean, this teacher, man, this non-binary stuff, this I don't know if I'm a they, them, their, z, zer, zix, x, y, z, LMNOP. It is becoming so confusing, and it's interesting because the world right now is in a position where they are trying to remove so much of Christianity from the world because they're saying that it's too indoctrinating. But this is the stuff right here. You're getting ready to see this video of this teacher, non-binary. This is the stuff right here that is indoctrinating because it's confusing, and even she knows it. I don't want to say too much. I don't want to share too much of my opinion just yet. I want you to watch this with me. Let's get into this.
I am starting a new job on Monday, and it's a teaching job, so the kids are going to call me either Mr. or Mrs. Jamie. It depends on what I want, but I, as a non-binary being, I don't know what to pick. I feel like Mrs. would be easier for the kids, but Mr. makes me feel better, but I also kind of want to try mix, but I don't know if the kids can do that. I don't. And then what do they do when they ask me if I'm a boy or a girl? I'm not. I don't know.
Explain that it's young kids, too.
It's young kids. My class is going to be 4-year-olds.
What do I do when they ask me if I'm a boy or a girl? I'm not. What? Like, oh, Lord. Is this... It's getting to a point where it's like, this is a mental thing. Where, you know, because... And I'm going to say it. Because people openly share their thoughts in my comment section about how Christians and believers are mental. And that we have mental issues because we believe in a God that doesn't exist. Well, I think that this is actually some sort of a, you know, I'm trying to be as nice as I can. I'm really trying to be as nice as I can. So let's reel this back in for a couple of seconds. I believe she's got me, or this person has got me, even me, so confused that I'm going to believe that at birth, this person was a woman. I'm believing this is a woman who wants to be a man. As she says, oh, you know, I don't want them to call me Mrs. You know, Mrs. might be easier for them. Yeah, well, easier because it's obvious. That's what it is. It's not easier. It's obvious. It's not about easy and hard. It's about right and wrong. And the right thing is she's a woman, and the wrong thing is she's trying to be a man and wants other people to approach her as that. But the problem with this is, like she's even saying, is that these are 4-year-old children that she is going to be teaching, and you're confusing these 4-year-olds. Well, it may be easier, but Mr. makes me feel better. Yeah, it makes you feel better. Why? Because I feel like it's just keeping up a lie, and if you keep up a lie by continuing to tell me a lie and condone the lie, of course I'm going to feel better. This is sad to me. This is extremely, extremely sad to me. I think that this is where the indoctrination is taking place, because who's hiring these people? Like, why would they put this? And I know people are going to say, oh, you're supposed to be equality for all, you know, you're supposed to be all inviting. And it's not that we're saying not be all inviting. I have nothing wrong with this person. I don't even know this person, but I have nothing against her, but it's just merely hearing the honesty in what's happening here. You're getting ready to start a job as a teacher for 4-year-olds, and you're non-binary. So you already know that that's going to be confusing to children. It's not something that they have to get used to or something that we have to teach them. That's why they say the only reason why it's confusing is because they're not educated on it. They need to be educated on it. Well, the only reason that a lot of people hate God is because they're not educated on really who God is. So when does it end? We want to be fair on one end, but we're not being fair on the other end. I think this is where the problem is. I truly believe that this is where the problem is. And I know that she even believes herself that this is an issue. This is an issue. How do you go for it? Let's watch this again. Let's watch this again so you can really hear how she's going back and forth, literally back and forth between Mr., Mrs., I'm non-binary. What if they say if I'm a boy or a girl? I'm not. So then what do they even call you? I've seen other videos where people say, well, you just call me teacher, whatever. If my name is James, you call me teacher James. If my name is, Bob, you call me teacher Bob. You don't go Mr. Bob or, Mrs. James anymore. You don't do that. They're moving to this very vague, it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense, bro. It absolutely does not make sense. Why would you even apply to a job as a teacher for 4-year-olds? Why? I mean, come on, y'all. They have to know. They have to know. They have to know that what they're doing and they're saying, it just doesn't make... I'm non-binary. Well, boy, I'm a girl. I'm not. What do you mean you're not? Then what are you? What are you? Are you a dog? Are you a cat? Are you a lion? What are you? Because there's only male and female in the human species. What are you? Are you an animal? I don't get it. Let's run this back so we can watch the pain and go through it once again, and hearing how she's going back and forth. Even she's confused about it. Wouldn't that make you already know that they would be confused and that this whole thing is confusing and it just needs to stop? Let's run this back.
I am starting a new job on Monday, and it's a teaching job. So the kids are going to call me either Mr. or Mrs. Jamie. It depends on what I want, but I, as a non-binary being, I don't know what to pick. I feel like Mrs. would be easier for the kids, but Mr. makes me feel better. But I also kind of want to try mix, but I don't know if the kids can do that. I don't. And then what do they do when they ask me if I'm a boy or a girl? I'm not. I don't know.
Explain that it's young kids too.
It's young kids. My class is gonna be 4-year-olds.
Oh my goodness. If she really did accept that job and walk into that classroom, she's really just accepting the fact that she openly wants to ruin these children. Like, how confusing that could be for them. They're still at a vulnerable age where there's so much that they have to learn, even about life themselves. And it's not real. That's the thing. It's not like something I have to teach. I can't teach you something that isn't real. Let's go that way. A lot of people, like I said, will flip it over. People say a lot of things about Christianity, about the Bible, about God, that, oh, you guys are wasting your time teaching things that aren't real. These are fake stories. They're not real. Nothing is real in the Bible. People say that. Okay, well, I'm going to return you a good favor and a good deed, and I'm going to say the same thing for you on your end. This is not real. So it's not something that we need to educate anybody on, because I cannot educate you on something that does not exist. This is literally just a figment of people's imaginations. This is just, there's no possible way. Non-binary being, I'm not a man and I'm not a woman. What? How unique do you want to be? How set apart are you really trying to be? How much do you desire to stand out? Those are the questions, the real serious questions that I would really like to be able to ask somebody in this position. Because bro, it doesn't make sense to me. It truly just does not make sense to me. I like to believe that I'm a very logical person. So if you can make sense of it to me, okay, bro, if 1 + 1 = 2, I'm a believer, we'll move on. This just doesn't add up. Non-binary, I'm a man, I'm a woman, I don't know what I'm going to be, I don't know what they should call me, this makes me feel better, but this is easier for them, and this, and I don't... This is, if this was the reaction you were expecting to get out of some people, well, you got it out of me. Because this, there's a lot of things going on in the world, man. There's a lot of different things going on in the world. Some things I talk about, some things I don't. You know what I mean? But this is just one of those things where it's like, bro, it's never made sense to me. I don't understand why people do it. It's like me. I'm a black gentleman, man. It's like, how could I keep up this story that I'm telling myself every day? I walk out and say, oh, well, I'm an Asian man. How can I do that? Well, I identify as an Asian man. I couldn't look at myself in the mirror every single day and confess to myself and say that I was an Asian man and believe that. I couldn't, bro. I'm black. There's just no way around it. So how, that's my main question. That's why it makes me think that it's something going on up here, because how can they look themselves? How is she able to look herself in the face every single day, live her life, go through her normal bodily functions that all humans go through every single day, and really look at herself and tell herself that she is not either a man or a woman? Like, what about you makes you say and think and believe that you belong to a completely non-binary, just individualistic area of gender? You know, I really want to be able to have that conversation. I really want to be able to have that conversation. And I am going to try and find a non-binary individual who is open to having an intellectual conversation, you know, with respect. And I really want to ask these questions because I really want to know. Like I said, it's no judgment. I'm just stating my facts. I'm just stating my stance on the matter. Like, this is just not okay. And I don't think that teachers and people should be putting themselves in positions where these young, vulnerable children are learning this, that they're learning this. But Joe Biden's got his administration trying to remove Christians from being able to adopt children because he thinks that children raising and growing up in Christian families is indoctrination and it's not fair to them and they're being force-fed things. Wow. Interesting. But we can hire non-binary teachers who don't identify with anything at all, and we can put them in front of children who have not learned anything about the world yet. And that's going to be their first encounter. And these are the things that we're going to teach them, because that's not indoctrination. Let's make it make sense, guys. Let's make it make sense. That's all I got for you guys on this one, man. I appreciate it if you guys stayed this long. To the next one. I'm out.